Hello everyone, it is March 19th today, and it is Thursday. So I'm going to do a quick recap here before the markets open for today. Keep in mind here I'm over in Europe, so for me trading begins in the afternoon and ends in the evening. So, okay, yesterday was very interesting day. As I had stated on Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, it's been very, very volatile. And it's been a very interesting market. So to cut to the chase here is I traded three stocks primarily. It was APRN, BRMA, WTRH. So these three stocks in three separate sectors or industries performed very, very incredible yesterday. And BRMA, for example, had over 300% gain. Incredible. Now, my style of trading doesn't really, it didn't capture the amount of profit that I could have taken if I was trading like how other people do. But each person has their own style. And for day-to-day consistency, it's more important to focus on your personal style and do it day after day. It's about utilizing a system, and it's not about changing it just to suit that particular day. You stick with your style, because in conditions where the market doesn't perform that way, you can still do quite well, and it doesn't really matter. Okay. BRMA right here is on my screen, and this is from yesterday, keep in mind. Okay, so we can see here it was the volume was pretty heavy headed into the open, and shortly it went up and up, and then it went down and down and down and down to about 5.5. Okay, so I didn't jump in there. I actually waited, and I got in around I came in here when the volume got pretty heavy. We can see from these bars right here. This is overall volume. And I got in on this second bar. I was in at 573. Now, it started gaining. As we can see, this big bar, clear indicator it was about to reverse. This is a picture perfect indication here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red bars. A big one right here. And then we have the second one. This green bar extends above the first half, which is a clear indicator it's going to move pretty heavily. And it did. So saw this, got in right here, 567. And then I ended up riding this one up until around 680. As I've told everyone here before, I don't play these moves out as long as others might. You can see here very quick though. If we look below here, this was only about 3 or 4 minute move here, about 3.5 minutes we'll say. So very quick in and out. I mean, this is a big move, 14-15% here. So that was actually more than what a typical scalp would be. Now, the next stock that I traded, one that's been on everyone's radar now, I think for the past few days, is APRN. This is a delivery service, very interesting company, and they have had incredible movement over the past few days. So if we look here, I want to give everyone just to show. Okay, so this was yesterday pre-trading on March 18th. It opened, it went up hugely, up to almost 20. It didn't get to 20. It went down all the way to around 12 or 13, and then it came back up again to around 15.5. Now, this is pre-market hours, and as we can see, we're getting all the way up to the high of 20, almost 24 pre-market. Okay, so yesterday, I did a few trades with APRN here. I'll show everyone where I came in and came out. Okay, so on here, market open. I came in around 9. I didn't see anything prior to this. So I came around 9. As we can see here, these two bars, this one may have been difficult to see a reversal, but on this one, it's clear indication of reversal of this bar. So I waited until, I got in on this second bar here, at around 988, 9.88. Now, this one then moved all the way up until almost 12. And I actually rode it up until about 1150. And then I sold. That was the first trade I did right here. We'll go forward and I'll show where else I traded APRN. And okay, so now we're around 1040 here. We can see here a lot of volume coming in, a lot of buyers. And okay, so on this one, likewise, similar indicator here. We see this smaller bar, and this one is clear indication it's about to move. So, like the other one, I waited. I don't want to go for a false breakout, and I got in on this one. I got in around 1482, and I rode this one up until about 1750. This was quite a move. Now, this is incredible. If we look right here at the time marks here, this whole move happened within 8 minutes. That's incredible. 8 or 9 minutes, we saw this whole move play out. So I was only in this thing for about 7 minutes total, and then I got out. As I said, around 1750, and it continued going up and up and up to almost 20 here. This was actually the high of the day, I believe, and then it came back down. So that was the move for APRN. Now it kind of went all over the place the whole entire day. Now, WTRH was the third and final stock that I traded, and it's also gapping up very nicely this morning. We can see it's hit its high at 3.49. Now, this was probably one of the worst mistakes I've made of my trading career, in the sense that I didn't capitalize on a very good opportunities. Okay, so I want to show everyone here where I got it. Okay, WTRH is Waiter Holdings, and as many may guess, it's a food service based company. Now, clearly after opening bell, it dipped like many of these stocks do. I came in at right on this bar. I was in at 93.8. Now, unfortunately, I rode this stock up until about to the top of this bar. I sold at 102. And in many cases, that would have been a pretty strong move. I mean, that's a pretty large percentage gain here. Unfortunately, what happened was, so if we go fast forward, it dipped. The stock went down quite a bit, which would have also been a great opportunity to rebuy. It bottomed back out here to around 98, and then it climbed this first one all the way up to 121, and it continued. Let's see here. Let me go back here and show everyone so we can see exactly what happened. So we got up to 121 on this one, and then it slowly continued and continued up. By this point, we're at 140. Crazy movement here. And then it kind of came back down here. Slowly it got back to around 120, and then throughout the I'll zoom out here so we can see. Okay, so it hit its high right here. At this point, it was around 192. And keep in mind, I bought it around here, 94. So it shows huge movement. And then it got actually right towards the end of the day. It was at around 206 or 209. Crazy. And as we can see, it's just continuing up this morning, pre-market. Very good stock. So those were the three stocks. I finished the day at around $1,500 profit, and it's been a tough market right now, and it's just tricky. But green days are better than red days, and it'll be interesting the next few weeks. So give me your feedback, and thank you.